Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. You are legit seeing the worst of me. This is on 3 hours of sleep. I think I had legit like a hot flash last night or maybe a mini panic attack. I don't know what it was, but I'm sleeping at my girlfriend's house. Maybe it was the 100 pounds of pizza I ate before I went to bed, because that was a great decision, or the third drink, because that was a good decision. All I know is I woke up at like 2 in the morning covered in sweat. I was like, oh, what is happening? It was awful. Anyway, I didn't really go back to sleep. I did, and then I didn't. It was like one of those weird nights where I thought maybe I was dealing with insomnia. I guess it's normal. All the travel and the sadness, it's a lot. But I had a really good conversation with my girlfriend that I wanted to share with you guys about setting boundaries. Not in relationships, because we've talked about that a lot before, but setting boundaries in our lives, how scary that is. And I was explaining to her how at one point I was like, I can do everything. And that somehow I believed that if I wasn't being everything to everyone all the time, I was failing. And I gave her a really good example. So phone calls for my movie always seem to be set for 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I live in Central Time. So 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time is 6 o'clock my time. That's like dinner time, homework time, whatever. And I was so afraid of telling the movie team that I couldn't get on the phone that I would be like, yeah, no problem. 4 o'clock, sure, yeah, I can do it. And what I would do is run around my house like a lunatic with earphones in my ear, telling everybody to be quiet because mommy had to listen to her call. And I was trying to make dinner, empty backpacks, listen to a call, keep my kids quiet. And finally, Michael was like, you realize no one in this house likes you right now. You're a monster. At a time when your children want to be heard, they want to talk to you, they want to tell you about their day, and you are running around like a lunatic. And at first I got really defensive. And then I realized, why am I afraid to set boundaries in my life? Why am I afraid to tell the team, hey guys, these 4 o'clock calls you continue to set don't actually work for me? Because I'm a mom. Can't deny that. And I need mom time. My children deserve 2 hours in the evening for mom's undivided attention. Or at least not when she's a lunatic telling them to shut up so she can listen. We have to pick another time. And I was, I'm the weakest link on the team. I'm the newest to the process. And I hate to say it, but I'm the only woman. And it's like, you don't ever want to be the one that's like, oh, it doesn't work for me because I have to be a mom too. And then I was like, you know what? Without moms, the world doesn't keep going. Like, I can't feel bad about that. So I finally mustered up the courage to say, hey guys, I got to set some boundaries. This isn't working. And you know what? It was terrifying. And you know what? They were like, okay, what time works better? I was like, oh, was that it? So I started looking at other situations in my life where I could make it a little easier for myself just by setting boundaries. Clients that call me at 7 o'clock in the morning, like that doesn't work. That's not when my business day starts. And I'm so afraid that if I don't take the call at 7, there'll be another publicist who will. But I can't live like that. You can't live like that. You can't be the person who says yes to everything because you're so terrified that the one time you say no, they'll find somebody else to do it. Because here's the truth. If you are that easily dispensable or replaceable in someone's life, do you really want to be in it anyway? No, you don't. So think about where you could use a little boundary setting and walk towards the fear, because it is terrifying to tell people like, hey, that doesn't work for me. Because we're so eager to be nice, to be agreeable, to be available to people, right? It's exhausting. And our home lives are suffering because of it. That's the thing. Our home lives are suffering because of it. When we look back on our life 50 years from now, we're not going to remember the phone calls we agreed to take at 6 p.m. while our kids were trying to eat dinner. We're going to remember the stories they told about around the dinner table. And this I know because my dad passed away and I don't remember. I remember him talking to us and him being there. Those are the important things. So right now, some of you are going, oh, I know I need to set boundaries, but it's terrifying. I'm not good at it, Jamie. Well, I'm not always good at it either, but I will tell you, as scary as it is, it does feel much better to say, this doesn't work for me. On a side note, let me tell you what else doesn't work for me. These wrinkles. And I pulled a whisker out of my chin, maybe that long. Michael was like, that's sexy. I was like, look, I could walk around with a whisker on my chin, or I could pull it out with a tweezer. What's your choice? Okay, I'm delirious now. Anyway, I am flying back home, and I can't wait to get on the plane so I can get off the plane and just be done. I love you so much today. Set one boundary. One. Just one. Have a great day.